Hey folks, happy Friday. I hope you've all had a great week. I've been sort of monkeying around in the studio here this afternoon, and I recorded a song, and I thought I'd come on here and share it with you guys. This is a song for teaching about relapse, and maybe more specifically, dry drunk, the concept of dry drunk, as in what's going on prior to actually taking the drink or picking up the drug. One of the things that I teach is that, relapse occurs in stages. The using is actually the last stage of relapse. And this is a song that I've used over the years to teach about this. Now, here's the backstory on this song. I wrote this song. It's called Electric Nights. Some of you might be familiar with this. Electric Nights, I wrote when I was 3 years sober, the first time I was sober. And that would be the key point there, the first time I was sober. And I actually wrote this song about 2, maybe 3 weeks right before I relapsed. And it wasn't until years later when I resurrected this song as I was putting together The Journey. For those of you who aren't familiar with The Journey, that's this rock musical production I created that I used to teach about addiction and recovery and treatment. And so I went back and I pulled songs from throughout my past to sort of tell my own story. And so Electric Nights, as I said, I wrote it when I was sober, wasn't intentionally writing it to teach about dry drunk, but when I started looking at this song from that context of where this fit in my relapse recovery process, I realized the lyrics to this song and the feel to the song are like looking through a window into the soul of someone who is on the verge of relapse. And so I'm going to share, I made a little video of this. I'll pull that up and play this for you right now. I'll maybe come back and talk a little bit about it. You might be thinking about, when I use this song in treatment groups or working with clients, I'm always, we analyze the lyrics. I have people underline what lines stand out to you. Is there any way that you relate to this? So maybe be thinking about this as you listen to this song. I'll come back on with a couple comments. But as I said, I'm probably going to make a YouTube video because I can do, a half hour, an hour just on this song. But for Friday afternoon, a little musical enjoyment, this song is called Electric Nights. And so I'm going to pull this up and hopefully this is going to work. Let's see if we get this here.
The grass keeps growing and he can't see out his window. His hair keeps growing so he don't have to let the pain show. Looking inside, he's not sure. Looking outside, there's more than her. Fires in Max and Maxi light, starting a town on electric night. Grass keeps growing and he can't see out his window. His hair keeps growing so he don't have to let the pain show. Looking inside, he's not sure. Looking outside, there's more than her. Bars and backs and lakes he likes. Starring uptown on electric night.
So there we have Electric Nights. As I was listening to that, watching that, I was thinking, for those of you who aren't familiar with my body of work, the full recording of that song sounds nothing like that. It's a hard rocking song with screaming sort of Hendrix guitar in there. But that one worked out pretty nice with a quiet little acoustic thing. Couple quick comments about that, just to give you an idea of what that song means to me, or some of the meaning behind it, even though I didn't. Here's how this works. Writing songs, expression of our experience, even if we're not intending it. The first line, the grass keeps growing till he can't see out his window. That sort of describes a depressed, not getting anything done, right? I remember looking out where I lived at the time, looking out the window, and the lawn was about a foot tall, 1.5 feet tall, and it was like, and then the main line in there, the chorus that says, bars and bikes and lakes he likes, starring uptown on electric nights. Here's the deal. I got sober. I went back to school, became a drug counselor. I ended up getting a job as a drug counselor, and I went to work. I got sober and didn't ever really work a recovery program, and I didn't make any kind of changes in my life that would be, conducive to supporting recovery. And I also played music, and I played in a band at night. So I was like a drug counselor during the day and a rock star at night. And the guys in my band were, they used, and I was living in clubs at night. I didn't change anything. I wasn't having any cravings to use. Or wasn't tempted. It wasn't hard. I realized in hindsight that I was using the identity, the mantle of, I'm a recovering guy. I'm the drug counselor. Savage is sober now. He's a drug counselor. And I just couldn't use. And they call that white knuckling it. But bars and bikes and lakes he likes. I was playing music in bars. I had an ego about the size of Minneapolis, and being a rock star and all that comes with that, being in a popular band. Bars and bikes. I bought a motorcycle. I've never really been a motorcycle guy, but during that time I bought a motorcycle, and I was being a cool guy riding the motorcycle around. In Minneapolis, they call it the City of Lakes. In the uptown area, in the urban area of it, there's some lakes. There's a chain of lakes, and it's built right into the urban part. And I played literally starring uptown. That's uptown Minneapolis. I literally played at a place called the Uptown Bar and Grill. And we played at several clubs around uptown Minneapolis, and that's where the lakes are, and that's me. Bars and bikes and lakes he likes. Riding my motorcycle around the lakes in Minneapolis with, the groupie that I picked up the night before that night at the gig, and I had just switched addictions and switched like as a character defects out the wazoo, and bars and bikes and lakes he likes, starring uptown on electric nights. That's what my world was, and as I said, I didn't have any trouble staying sober until I did. But it was 3 years. That's a valuable lesson for people to hear, that, oh, I've got this. See, I must have this licked, I don't have to do all this recovery stuff. I went 3 years with my life getting much better. I pulled myself off the street, etc. But until one night when it changed. And I'll talk about that in another episode of something about the actual relapse. But electric nights, that was what was going on with it. Evidently, I had some despondent moments for as great as all this seemed. I was writing songs that sounded like that. So hope you get something out of that or just enjoyed some music. Leave, how about in the comments, a little engagement in this community. Write in the comments anything that song brings up for you. Is there anybody out there who can relate to any of the songs? It's about we've taken the first step of getting sober, but maybe not doing all the work. Why does he smile when he cries? Why does he run from the pain inside? That was sober, but still not having done all the work or something missing. Those are the kinds of things that this song brings up, that just getting dry is not the whole deal. And so what's the difference between being in a fulfilled recovery versus just being dry? That's what this song is about, and it portends the dangers of what can lie ahead, and we want to be careful about that, right? Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Leave some comments. I'd love to hear how you can relate to this song and or what you get from this, and we'll see you soon. Bye.